Here.
Jacko. Here. German Club.
Here.
Saga.
Here.
Student Musical Theater.
Here.
Half Half Humanity.
Here.
Interfaith Council.
Here.
International Affairs Association.
Here.
International Club.
Here.
Japan Club.
Here.
Jazz Appreciation Society.
Here.
LASA.
Here.
Law and Justice Society.
Here.
Lutheran Student Movement.
Here.
Allen Mexico.
Here.
Free Health.
Here.
Free Vet.
Here.
Roller Skating Club.
Here.
SASA.
Here.
Shots in the Dark.
Here.
Step with the Chemists. Smart Movie Security.
Here.
Society of Business Students.
Here.
Upscale.
Here.
WGET. Asian Student Alliance.
Here.
Cookie Club.
Here.
Photography Club.
Here.
STEMist. Rotaract.
Here.
Young Americans for Liberty. Days of Class 2014.
Here.
2015.
Here.
2016.
Here.
2017.
Here.
Peter Turtle Farm.
Here.
China Culture Club.
Here.
Slavic Club.
Here.
Students Delight.
Here.
Motion to approve last week's minutes.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Abstentions? I guess the minutes pass. We know where they are. So SLC, Student Life Committee, is finalizing a new version of the sexual assault policy for campus. When that's finalized, we're going to hopefully bring Jennifer McCarry so she can talk about what the new policy is. Also from College Life 1, Jeff Foster is finished with calculating the alcohol data from last semester. He's going to come in and present that as well. Actually, for any bursaries, if you can contact him, he's looking to talk to you guys about your freshman experience with, I guess, alcohol use in the first 3 or 4 weeks of school from last fall. Mediquina Day will be next Saturday, April 12th. And today's also the last day to sign up for Obamacare for anyone that was not getting coverage. And also, there's a really cool video of John Madeline about being a student athlete on the Gettysburg Athletics team. But it's pretty good. Be proud of it. So that's all I have.
So this should be a pretty short meeting. We only have one organization coming for money. From the election standpoint, we had a meeting today going over the election rules. If you are going to be running in this election cycle, you need to meet with me. If you did not meet with me today, we do that right after this the Senate meeting, or you can shoot me an email and we'll figure something out this week. Again, petitions are due on the 11th, and the election will be held on CNAP from the 16th to the 18th.
Report. Taylor.
So it's March April 1st, which means we only have a month left of school. So for clubs, I would like your new changes in leadership. So that includes elections and electing a president, vice president, etc. by April 18th, which is a Friday, about 3 weeks from now. I'll be reminding you through email and through the next 2 Senate meetings. So please get that into me by April 18th.
Ben.
We have SAE and DG coming for $4,075 today.
People in downtown Tacoma did double and triple takes today. A group of men made a very unusual statement. Tacoma 4's Molly Shen shows us how they used laughter to bring attention to a very serious topic. It is an event that brings out premier athletes. It's high stress. And we just want to talk about 100 men strapped on their finest stilettos and slipped into their fanciest pumps.
My daughter's so big, she can find my size to be a 14 wide.
In an event called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. It's to raise money for the Sexual Assault Center of Pierce County.
I told them if they got up to $1,000, I'd shave the legs. We have 650, so we have to wait till next year to shave the legs.
Did you have to strike a deal to wear the lipstick and the nail polish?
No, I saw the person, I just had to make everything go together.
They get looks. Hopefully the people watching also get the message. Sexual assault is no laughing matter, and men can make a difference.
It is a personal issue to me, and I think it's a great cause and it brings awareness to a lot of issues that people are kind of afraid to talk about.
It's not fashionable. It sure isn't graceful. It's definitely not pretty. But somehow,
Good cause, I'm good.
it is a beautiful sight.
Really proud to go a full mile in their shoes.
In Tacoma, Molly Shen, Como 4 News. Now they have blisters. The Sexual Assault Center of Pierce County is still tallying up the money they raised last year. The event brought in $21,000. We've been
So obviously you guys can see that it's sort of a gender reversal event, raising awareness for sexual assault. I know the school already does events such as the Vagina Monologues and One Billion Rising, which the proceeds go to Survivors Inc., which is a local Adams County women's shelter.
And Delta Gamma also as an organization has also worked a ton with Survivors Inc. Our past clinic, we donated bags filled with toiletry items to women at Survivors. So we have done a lot with those as well.
We would love to bring this event to Gettysburg College, but unfortunately is very expensive just for the first year. We would not be coming to you every year to ask for money, only this year, and the reason is because we want to buy the shoes this year. It's sort of like we bite the bullet because it is a large cost for the shoes, and we'd be saving the shoes, storing them in a safe place, and using them year after year. So
We've already found a place to store them in the Greek Life storage office. We've basically done everything. It's just now kind of comes down to buying the shoes, which is the most important part of the event.
You guys explored other avenues of funding?
We have. We've thought about if we don't get enough money about buying less shoes and making it more of like a presentation sort of, like having fewer people walk and
maybe I guess we would have to kind of make do what we have and maybe set up 100 meters where you could walk and then just trade your shoes off to the next person.
And we've also, Lehigh has hosted the event before, and their women's center is actually invested in the shoes. So we thought about renting it or borrowing it from them, but that would sort of go against the whole idea of doing it as yearly, as a tradition, because we don't.
Yeah, I mean, we sort of want to bring it to Gettysburg College, so I think if worst comes to worst, we could borrow the shoes from Lehigh or rent them from them, but then we would just have to give it back, and then we wouldn't be able to do it year after year after year.
We want to make it an event that Gettysburg College also.
Have you guys pursued funding from IFC and
Yes.
Yes.
And have they given you?
Handheld has given us 500.
Which is still, we still need to officially vote, but they, they,
And IFC,
Yeah, and I see.
500 a piece,
Yes.
the total cost for.
The shoe, okay, so
Here's
did you
the
bring up the
breakdown.
total cost? So go to the second slide, you can see that the reason why we want at least 100 shoes is because the price goes down. I don't know if you can see it, there's sort of.
as you get more shoes, the price is lower, so even if we get, let's say 25, that'll still be $40 per shoe. So, we want it to be a big event, which is why we want 100 shoes, but it's also less money. And, there's lights up there.
Yeah. the front lights is good. So,
All right, guys.
everything else is all set up. We registered we marked off Constitution. We're working with DPS. We're doing the walk on like Constitution Avenue. We're just gonna circuit back around to like the dive. We plan on having like some pizza and refreshments in the dives. It's Sunday, the dives closed. We can use their tables. Do you have a question? Donations from. Well, we sent out a ton of emails. We contacted President Riggs, Dean Ramsey.
Dean Ramsey is also a contribution.
She gave us $500. DPS gave us $50.
Hey Pat, can we let us finish the presentation and then I'll speak on it?
Yeah.
Just in case you guys have anything else to say before we
Yeah. We just want to stress the fact that, like, I think the most important thing is this event isn't just a Greek life event. We want it to be like a campus-wide event. And it's not an event that we're coming up with. It's done nationwide at a ton of different schools, in a ton of different cities. And I think it'd be something really cool for Gettysburg College.
Obviously, sexual assault is a serious matter, and Gettysburg College already does a lot for sexual assault, and this is sort of something different. This is sort of something that's a little more interactive, that everyone can get involved. It's kind of laughing at sort of a serious matter and shedding some positive light in this event. So we think it's a great idea, and we really want to open it up to everybody.
And we've been talking to like SASA. They actually came up with the logo, this logo that we would like to publish. And we've been working with DPS and Dean Ramsey and the Women's Center is supporting us. So it's kind of like a collaborative effort.
Unfortunately, these groups don't have that type of money to fund this sort of cost, so that's why we're coming in front of you guys today. I know you guys might have some limited funds, but like I said, it's the first year. It's going to be the most expensive. We won't be coming to you every year.
Ben, can we get your perspective on this?
Yeah, so the first thing to note is that as this is a non-recognized club request, they're asking for a total of $4,275, but the max Senate can allocate to a non-recognized club is $2,000. So that's the upper cap regardless of recommendations. When BMC looked at this, we thought about the fact that we are currently in our rollover budget, as well as the fact that this is a non-recognized club request. And we thought that based on how much other groups were contributing to this, we thought that matching the highest group would be reasonable rather than asking for us to pay 4 times as much as the next highest. So we thought that $500 is a fair recommendation from BMC. As far as other notes, I know you said that SASA was involved, but they actually had a joint hearing with BSU afterward, and they didn't say anything about this. So as far as I know, this remains a non-recognized.
Yeah, question?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what are the odds of the shoes being used? Oh, definitely. Like, as long as we have protective storage, we already have an approved storage area by Joe Guerreri, who's in a Greek life, and we've been approved a Greek life storage unit. His shoes were made to be reused. Like, Lehigh, for example, keeps them in their women's center storage to be used every year. Also, just to make it known, we would greatly appreciate the cap of $2,000. Anything that would help.
That would help us a lot. We selling shoes year after year. We hope that we can do this 10 plus years from now. So.
Yeah.
Right.
We see the breakdown of the budget.
Yeah.
Again, we were initially asking for over $4,000. I know that's a lot of money, and we're not affiliated with Student Senate, but we could obviously cut out like some of the little stuff, like I guess like food and T-shirts. We could cut back on.
Even the t-shirts, like we haven't ordered anything yet. This is sort of like an ideal budget, but our priority right now is the shoes.
Yeah. The
So,
reason for all these
yeah.
costs is we really wanted this to be a big official event that Gettysburg College does. When people think Gettysburg College Blend, we want to think Walk Mountain shoes.
And even
the thing is that the point of this is a gender reversal, so realistically only guys are supposed to have the shoes. So we were I'm talking about the shoes. The guys will wear the shoes. We wanted something for the girls.
So we want to wait for girls to also sort of like, well, we obviously girls love shirts.
Girls are the ones who are used to walking in heels. So
Well, we don't want it to be sort of like, I feel like it's kind of unfair if boys are the only ones contributing to this event in the way of buying their entrance ticket to walking shoes. So we wanted to also raise money in a way that girls could also.
So are you selling the shirts?
Yes. Yeah.
I just want to say, like, I feel like this is yet another example of like the school disappointing me when it comes to like not supporting things that seem like this whole year has been about like diversity, equity, and inclusion, and this is like a perfect way to like kind of extend like the work that we've been doing on that. And so like if we can't give them the full amount, then I would say just giving them as much as we can. I know I can't like request that, but I'm just saying think about like the things that this school likes to do, and yet they continually like deny people funding for shit like.
if you're wondering about participation and not getting enough participation, 100 shoes isn't even enough. Like we already had full commitment from my organization and the whole IFC, even faculty members and administrators want to walk as well. So I mean, 100 shoes isn't enough for the amount of participants we're going to have. But I mean, we obviously are running on budget. So
Tiana and Frankie and John.
Can you get people to donate physical shoes?
We were thinking that as well, but men's heels are very hard to come by.
Are you guys buying like actually men's heels?
yes, we're buying it through the organization website, walkmileshoes.org. Yes, and they sell the heels in men's sizes. That's why.
So even this amount of money that we're requesting for the shoes is ultimately going back to the cause. It's going back to Walk Mile and shoes, which is
Frankie.
basically.
This is more for exec. Is SASA recognized?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, they are
so
recognized.
if SASA was coming and proposing this, would we still be allotting only $500? Or recommending $500?
As I'll address that in the previous comment. This has very little to do with the fact that we have no problem with this event. It has a lot more to do with the fact that we've already spent our new initiatives budget and we're currently eating into the rollover. For example, when we had the meeting today, we had 4 more clubs lined up after them looking for funds. And I don't think it'll be fair to recognize clubs who can still come for money if we allocate the majority of what we were planning to spend, especially since we've already spent the new initiatives.
That was my question. Where is our budget at?
We are currently, I can bring up the exact amount, but we're currently about $3,000 into the rollover account.
Okay, but
How much is left with my
Oh, out of the total, we have about 57,000. Out of the amount we were planning to spend, we have about 7,000. So this would be the vast majority of the remaining.
Gerard, did you have a question?
we're still discussing.
Okay. Yeah.
So are you buying the t-shirts from the organization or from an independent company?
Well, the t-shirts from the we went to a different t-shirt website, which we're sort of looking budget-wise, but Walk Mile does have t-shirts, but again, those are expensive as well. So.
Just on that note, you probably get t-shirts for a lot cheaper than $17.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. I mean, our priority is the shoes. So we want to make sure that we have the shoes, and then t-shirts are nice, but they're less important. So we want to, we'll go back and rethink that as well. There's a ton of t-shirt websites that we can go to.
So if we were to give you $2,000, what would that $2,000 do? The shoes.
So you already have enough money to get the shoes, correct?
Oh,
So
no.
we give you 500.
No, we do not. The shoes cost $3,500, and currently we've only approved $2,300.
Can you go back there?
Sure.
I thought on the original, because clothing, shoes, where does I thought 35.
It should be a line.
It
6 liquor laws. We did have a high number of public urinations, which is concerning. We also had 3 police citations, which has been high for us for this semester. There was one thing that was kind of stood out was there was an assault and reckless endangerment. If anybody has any information about that, DPS is looking for that. We did have a larceny of the bike. And then I know everybody got the email, but it's a kind of shout out again if anybody has information on the gas siphoning that occurred in Stonewall last week, that'd be great. On my end is Springfest truck is still on the go. I'm hoping to get the final numbers from Servo this week, and then I'll be coming to Student Senate with a budget request. As of right now, we're looking at a max of $300. That's kind of what I've been able to talk them down to narrow it down. And we're also partnering with a number of organizations with that. And the college administration is really loving that. I'm also meeting on Wednesday with Officer Neely, who's in charge of parking, to discuss Huber lot. So we'll see where that goes. And then also, if my committee can see me afterwards, that'd be great.
Special event program. And Kirsten, your PR?
Yeah, all you senators, I'm just saying you're all here because I didn't call. Sorry. That's all.
Are there any club announcements? Brooke?
The first year graduation over us this week in Cobb, 11 to 1. The t-shirts are $10, so if you know first year, just where you are first year, let people know and encourage them to come by it.
Hi guys, I'm sitting down with people from the Senate for Career Development this Wednesday to talk about some things they've got going on campus, and also to discuss ways they can better reach out to us on campus. So if you have anything you want me to ask them or any information you want me to get, come see me after Senate.
On the Gettysburg 2016 page that we created, there's a t-shirt design contest going on right now. Please vote for your favorite design and let me get out.
All seniors, the senior brunch is coming up on Sunday, April 13th, so be on the lookout for information for the impact. Also, I have petitions up here if you want them. And again, if you were not at the meeting today and you'll be running in this election cycle, you need to see me after this.
Michelle Principata sent out an email that they're still looking for a Midnight Madness co-sponsor for this Springfest Saturday. So email her if you're interested in that.
ED Pie is having our annual Air Bands lip syncing thing. It's on Saturday at 8 in the Cub Ballroom. This week you can buy your tickets. You can see a charge, which is awesome. You guys should come out. It's a lot of fun. You get to see all the fraternities and sororities dance, and it's a good time.
Yes.
The students at Middle East and Islamic Studies Steakhouse are putting on a poetry night tomorrow night. We're having the event catered by Moby Nick's Iranian Restaurant in Baltimore. Free food, great poetry, free event. Come spend time with us. We're really awesome, I promise.
When is that?
Tomorrow night at 5:30 at 135 North Washington Street.
And if all firsters could stay after too, that'd be great.
Motion to adjourn.